Now, please welcome the Chair of the New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, John Mason.
Thank you, Maggie. Prime Minister, the Honourable John Key, in absentia currently, but here shortly. Sir Stephen Tindall and Lady Tindall, world-class New Zealanders, distinguished guests. I feel very privileged and somewhat humbled to be here with you tonight for the World Class New Zealand Awards. Our role at New Zealand Trade and Enterprise is to encourage and support local businesses to operate successfully globally, to become the tall poppies that in fact are acknowledged by tonight's awards. Today's successful businesses don't just export to international markets from afar. They understand intimately how these markets work and use in-market partnerships and networks to build knowledge and business. The same principle applies to New Zealand Trade and Enterprise and New Zealand as a whole. It is important for us to work with others, business networks, other government agencies, key allies and offshore markets to support New Zealand business. New Zealand's ratio of population, as Maggie just mentioned, living outside versus inside the country is the second highest in the world after Ireland. Around 4 million Kiwis in New Zealand and 1 million offshore, and they are one of our greatest natural assets. We are proud to work alongside Kia to link into this network of New Zealanders worldwide who are keen to leverage their knowledge and contacts to the benefit of New Zealand business and New Zealanders as a whole. It is no secret that as a nation we don't always give credit to those who stand up from the crowd. But over the past 7 years, the World Class New Zealand Awards, which are delivered by Kia with support from New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, have shifted attitudes towards celebrating success and recognising those excelling internationally. Each year, the awards provide us with great stories of amazing Kiwis who, despite often flying under the radar, are an inspiration to others. And this year's winners are no exception. World Class New Zealand is now a network of nearly 150 talented people who share outstanding ability and a passion for New Zealand. They are wonderful ambassadors for us internationally and share their stories and experience for all our benefits. Today at the University of Auckland, for example, Mark Darcy, President of Time Warner's Global Media Group, Google's Craig Neville-Manning and Sysdoc's Catherine Corrich were among members of the World Class New Zealand Network who shared insights into global trends and their competitive international world with New Zealand business people and students. These people are global business leaders, taking time out to provide inspiration and practical advice for the benefit of others, and this is just one example. The challenge for the rest of us is how we can contribute to making the step changes that New Zealand needs. The current economic climate means that doing more for less is in focus in both public and private sector. Now is not the time to wonder about who might facilitate a process or how to find funding. We need to work with what we have already, leverage each other's networks, share our own expertise, learn from each other's experiences and be inspired by the passion of the people that are in this room tonight. As tonight's theme is around iconic New Zealand, we're delighted to have so many world-class New Zealanders who exemplify many traits we value with us to celebrate the 2010 award winners. Ironically, it is often non-New Zealanders who are the most passionate about our country and what we have to offer. With this in mind, this year we have a new award that recognises the contribution made to New Zealand by many friends who help enhance our reputation internationally. We are honoured to have Prime Minister John Key joining us here tonight to present the inaugural Friend of New Zealand Award, along with the much anticipated Supreme Award. So take the opportunity to network and meet some of the exceptional guests here tonight. think about how New Zealand's global talent can contribute to a more prosperous future for all New Zealanders. And tell the Kia team about Kiwis you know who are putting their mark on the world. They could be our next year's award winners. As they say, the whole is more than the sum of the parts. And whether based here or somewhere offshore, innovative, successful Kiwis are contributing to New Zealand's distinctive voice in the world. Make sure you add yours to that chorus. Thank you so much for coming along and supporting the World Class New Zealand Awards. Thank you.
Thank you to John Mason, who's the chair of the NZTE, he's the co-chair also of the World Class New Zealand Advisory Board, and as well as that, a member of this year's judging panel, a busy man indeed.